Greetings, everyone. This is She Speaks Life with Laquisha Robinson. Thank you for joining me. You all, on today, I want to send out you some encouraging words. Those encouraging words are look again. Okay, I'm telling you all to look again because sometimes you all can have searched for something, be looking for an answer or looking for a clue to something, and it could be right in front of your face and you're just not seeing it. So my encouragement to you all on today is to look again. Sometimes you have to backtrack where you've been to come back forward, and when you backtrack as you're coming back forward, you're going to be able to see a key that you missed, and your key is going to help to push you forward in your journey. Your key is going to help to bring you understanding, bring you enlightenment. So don't forget to look again. Just because you go back to backtrack doesn't mean that you're forgetting who you are or you're taking a step all the way back to go into the past. But when you lose something, when you're missing something, and I'm pretty sure, and I know I'm not the only one, if you all have misplaced your keys or you misplaced a book you were reading and you're like, I was just right here, I know it's right here, it should be right in this area, and you literally look and you don't see that book. So you take a couple deep breaths, at least I know I do, and I start looking very intently, where is my book? Where did I put my keys? Okay? As I begin to take my time and really look, oh, here they are right here. I knew it was right in this area, okay? So I want to encourage you all to look again. Don't just give up because you don't see something that you may have missed. Don't just give up because you feel like you've lost the battle or you're lost in a situation. Go back and look again. Think, was there something I said wrong? Was there something that I did wrong that caused the outcome or the turnout that I received when it's not what I was looking for? Don't be afraid to go back and look. Okay? It's important. Sometimes you have to backtrack and see what you were missing. Backtrack and see, what did I do wrong, or what could I have done wrong? What did I miss? Okay? And a lot of times, especially if you're a person who operates with pure intent, there's going to be a lot of things that you may honestly just simply have looked over and not seen, but when you go back, okay, you're like, oh, here it is right here, or oh, even in situations that could pose to cause you harm or trouble, go back and look. Go back and look at what's being did, what's being said, okay, and then reverse it. Reversing it is just correcting the problem or the situation, okay? So be encouraged to go back and look again. Just like we go back and look for those lost keys or a book, go back and look for the answer that you seek. Because if you living and walking uprightly, your mind could be operating at such a level to where you're bypassing what you need to see, or you could be in a trauma or a state of shock, so you're not receiving what you need to receive at that time. So just go back and look. When you've calmed yourself down, when you're thinking clearly, go back and re-look again, okay? Revisit so that you can get the answers that you need, okay? And even when you're building, okay, whatever it is that you're building, if you feel like, hey, I got a Lego that's out of place or it doesn't seem like it should be here, just take your time, follow your steps, and get everything in order, because there will be order if you can think clearly, okay? If you're building a relationship, and you all, I talk about relationships a lot because relationships can be very healthy, very successful, but it all depends on if the people involved in the relationship, if the couple want to put that effort in to work. Okay, if you're willing to put effort into work, then your relationship can be the best relationship possible. Okay, so if you're mindful of how you act and how you operate, what you really meant, what somebody, understood you to mean, and then you have that mind mentality to where you know how to go and fix and correct the issue, you don't ever have to worry about your relationship not thriving, especially if you have your counterpart who's willing to operate the same way, not be like you, but operate to resolve issues and situations. Okay, so you all, again, go back and look. Anything in your life that's not right, anything that you need to fix and get right, don't stress, don't be upset. Just go back and look again. Okay, and if you do find that you're at fault in something, accept your fault. But when you're not at fault, or when you haven't did anything, go and find the answers. Go and find the keys. Okay, now I'm not saying that it's always going to be in a go back and look again, but be very mindful that you could have missed something that was important, that's right in front of your face when things don't seem right. Okay, I'll share a quick story with you all, and then I'm going to end this. So I was just recently in a situation, and in this situation, I was accused and I was blamed for certain things. Okay, none of it made sense to me because I know the person that I am. So, long story short, the next day I was able to go back, and that's why I'm encouraging you all on today to go back and look again. And I was able to follow through with some things and be able to correct my own situation by revealing some hidden things that weren't true. Okay, so now when the research is done, it's going to show, all right, that at no time did I do anything. At no time was I at fault. And this simply happened because I went and I looked again. Let me tell y'all this. I did not just go back and look again once, because at the time this was happening, it was all a shock. So I was going through what I was going through, still not seeing what I need to see. So also, and we're all human and we all face different challenges, and some of our challenges can be similar. So this is a perfect example to share with any and all people. Go back and look again. If something is strange, if something isn't right, if you want to make peace and you know there should be peace, go back and start it over again. Look again. See what you need to do, okay? See how you can help fix the problem, even if another person doesn't see it, okay? All you need is two people or whoever involved to be willing to say, oh, let's fix this, or oops, I completely made an error. So I probably had to go back 5 or 6 times, okay, because I still was not getting. I just kept looking at what I was looking at and seeing what I was seeing. Well, it wasn't until the next day that I really had went back and looked again. So what does that mean? When you're depending on what state of mind you in, according to what happened to you, okay, you will not see what's in front of you. You will not accept what's there for you. You could be reading something, you could be participating in something, and you will not see what you're supposed to see, because your mind, at the time what has happened to you has almost shook you. And so these are other times, you all, are perfect times when you do need somebody who can help you, not solve a issue necessarily, but who can help be there to say, listen, all you need to do is this. That's why I tell you all, You don't want to just have anybody in your corner. You don't want to just have anybody by your side, because when it comes down to you needing to, get to the nitty gritty, or you really need somebody to have your back, if a person is not on the level that you're on or higher, they can't help you arise. Okay? So, again, after the next day, because I was at peace about the situation, but I was confused and my mind was still trying to figure out, okay, what is all of this? Why is all of this? Well, I was able to talk to somebody who was able to, say, listen, this is what we gonna do, okay? But even in that, the next morning when I woke up, I began to look again. Now, this is after I probably didn't look, like 6 times, right? When I looked again the next day, I found so many different errors. So many. And all I did was went and had them to be corrected and fixed, okay? And so this is what I'm telling you all. You can be as conscious, as spiritual as you are, okay? But depending on what happens to you, it can, especially when you get caught off guard with something and it's not you, it can shake you a little bit, like, whoa, not shake you like, oh, I almost fell, but it can shake you to where your mind is trying to understand what is happening, what is this, why is this? But once you have the opportunity to really sit, think, breathe, have somebody, if you can and if needed, that can also, give you great advice if you need it, okay, help you solve a situation in a positive way and in a positive light where it still allow you to be who you are, okay, you're going to come to your answer. You're going to find your conclusion. I'm going to end this video, you all. My encouragement to you all is look again. Anytime in your life something doesn't seem right, something doesn't feel right, go back if you have to and see and know what happened and what occurred that wasn't right, so I can fix it. Look for the keys that you may have left behind. Okay, some of us, we want to move forward, but we got some keys that we left behind. Unless we get those keys, we will not be able to go forward now. And I said I was ending this, but y'all know I do like to talk, right? So, how about when you have a key, or you were going to the key and you were going to, let's say, a place that needed a key for you to access it, you left your key at home, but you thought you had it. So when you realize, oh my goodness, I got to drive all the way back home to get my key, that's a perfect example of what I'm telling you all about your life. If you have to backtrack to correct things, if you have to backtrack to get things as they should be, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. It's okay, because once you get your keys, now you can move full speed ahead and you don't have to worry about anything, okay? You can keep on moving and flowing as you did, okay? However, let me say this. Depending on your situation, it'll even teach you to be more aware and to be more keen. So in 2020, you all, don't think, you may have left some keys back in 2020 that you need to go get so that they'll help bring you forth in 2020. Okay? And when I say keys, it can be people, places, and things. It can be whatever it needs to be. Only you will know and only you can decide that. But remember, you always want to be walking in what's uplifting to you, what's encouraging to you, what's going to cause you in your life to prosper. All right? So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Some of us have, how they do movies with like time travelers or and I can't even think of that movie, but remember, you all, it was a movie where or was it, oh, I can't even think of it, I almost had it, but this young man would travel back in time, and sometime when he traveled back in time, he had to go get things that was back in time and bring it to the future so that it would help the future. So sometimes that's what we have to do, go back in time and get your keys that you left, because some people have left some keys that they need in 2020, and some of y'all may have to go back, hey, as farther than 2020. Okay, some of you all, you know what you need to do. I can't tell you how far you have to go back, but anything that causes your life to prosper, was causing your life to prosper, if you need to go get your keys, go get your keys, right? If you're dealing with a situation in life, don't be so quick to just say, oh, I'm going to accept this, I have to take this. If it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't seem like you, go back, research, think, feel, understand, and reapproach the situation again when you've gotten the keys that you need, okay? So you all, I'm going to end this video. I love you all. Remember, until we meet again, always operate in love, joy, and peace.